What makes you think a mother cow, pig, or a chicken has any idea of how her babies are treated? Animals don't talk, so we really don't know how they feel. Who says separating mothers from their babies is upsetting to them? Again, why should humans care about this?
Well, why we should care is because we are affecting their lives. We have control over their lives and their agency, and so we should care what's happening to them. And this issue of the separation of families, this is one that really touches my heart, and I think is one of the worst things that happens in all of animal agriculture, any of the farming that we think of with animals. There is separation of families. And I'll give some examples. In egg and chicken flesh production, both for the chickens that are raised for their flesh and chickens that are raised for eggs. No, okay, so what's the natural way a chicken would have babies? She would make a nest and she'd sit on the nest and then she'd lay the eggs. Do you know that a mother hen and her babies start communicating while they're still in the eggs? They coo and cluck to each other. There's vocalization that happens even while they're still in the eggs. And when they're hatched, she keeps them warm, she keeps them close, they're protected, they feel loved. There's this wonderful bond that happens between chickens and their chicks and her chicks. And there's even the trope of the mother hen, you know, the mother hen dutifully caring for her chicks. So that image that you have in your head there, that is natural, normal, what should happen for these animals, right? Never does that happen in any animal farming, in any animal agriculture, no matter the label. Even with free range and cage free and all that, no farm can profitably hatch their own chicks. It just can't be done profitably. So they source chickens, all farmers source chickens from hatcheries. And hatcheries are these big industrial, brutal, horrible places where where the eggs are hatched in metal drawers. And as soon as they're hatched, they're immediately thrown on conveyor belts and metal machinery, and they're thrown around like canned goods. And there's no comfort and love of a nest. There's no warmth of a nest. There's no love from their mother. There's no protection, no gentleness, no, that is all taken away. These babies are orphans. They're lost. Uh, my mentor, Karen Davis of United Poultry Concerns, she's also my boss. I love her very much. And she has a wonderful story of a chick in the field where a mother hen has been separated from the baby, and the baby is crying out and wanting her siblings and her family. She's scared, and it's the same as a kid that gets lost in the mall, you know, and is crying for mom. And as soon as the mother came and they were reunited, you know, it was like this, oh, thank goodness, we're all safe, we're okay. All those babies, those millions and billions of babies that are born into the chicken egg industry, the chicken flesh industry, they're all lost. They're all scared. They're all crying for their mothers and their siblings. And they never ever find them. They never ever have the relief of feeling safe. It's just horrible. Another separation of families, it happens in the dairy industry. And I'll just go over that quickly. As soon as, well, the, 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 the dairy industry, of course, a cow can't produce dairy until she is pregnant, just milk. Of course, lactating mothers. It's the same as any other mammal, human, other non-human animals. You only give milk when you're pregnant and have given birth. So they keep these mothers pregnant. And as soon as, and that is through artificial insemination, which is another horror unto itself. And as soon as the babies are born, they're dragged away from the mothers. The mother is bellowing for the babies. The babies are crying for the mothers. It's such a horrible scene to witness, and there's lots of video too much video out there of these horrible scenes of the babies being dragged away from their mothers. There's a story of a woman who lived down the street from a dairy, a small, just a, local dairy that had maybe, 200 cows, very small farm. And one day she heard the cows bellowing so horribly and so mournfully. She thought they were torturing the cows. So she actually went to the farm to see what was happening. And these mothers, the farmer said, "Oh yeah, well, we just took the babies away. We took the babies away from these two cows or however many were." And she couldn't believe how they were crying for their babies. So it's really a tragic, horrible thing that happens in all animal agriculture. And this alone should be a reason not to support it. This alone should be a reason to never eat dairy, eggs, or meat ever again.
No animals are killed for me to eat or drink milk, cheese, and yogurt. So isn't it really okay for me to continue consuming these products?
Well, that's unfortunately not true, actually. In the egg industry and the dairy industry, those animals go to slaughter at a very young age. No animal in animal agriculture lives their full lives. And for a dairy cow, she'll go to slaughter in really what's the human equivalent of her teens, pretty much. Same with egg-laying hens. What happens is the farming is so intensive on their bodies. They're having to be kept pregnant. The conditions are so miserable and intense and stressful that, like for a dairy cow, her milk output will start to decline. After just a couple years, her milk output will decline, and it's what the industry terms dried up, and she will be sent to slaughter because they have been keeping her pregnant. They've been she's had a number of babies, 2 or 3 babies, and those babies can be raised to give milk, the females. The males, unfortunately, and this is just an aside, but the males in the dairy industry are worthless and to the industry, and they are killed by the millions as babies, often for veal. But now that there's no veal industry because of the cruelty that we have exposed as activists, unfortunately, they're usually just killed on the farm. They'll sometimes just be separated out, the baby males, and left to starve, and just die. It's horrible. But so, yes, unfortunately, all these animals die. There's no retirement plan for cows. There's no retirement plan for egg-laying chickens. As soon as they are not giving as many eggs as a younger chicken, they go to slaughter. And how they kill them for the chickens, it can be very brutal. They often don't send the layer chickens just to the slaughterhouse to be slaughtered for meat. The meat, the quality of meat is not going to be good. So they will sometimes just bury hundreds of thousands of chickens alive on the farm. They will gas them to death, put them in huge containers and pump gas in. There's all these brutal, horrible methods that they will kill layer chickens that are bred to lay eggs. And dairy cows as well will go to slaughter. Oftentimes, dairy cows are used for low quality meat, like, meat in canned soup or ground beef is often dairy cows. So these animals never see a full life. They live a short, brutal existence.